Hello, hello everybody. Welcome back to some more Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. We just completed the Dongo's Cavern, and we're going to be just doing some more sides quest and stuff, and I think we get to Jabu Jabu's belly in this video. How are things going with you, Gok?
Well, it was raining when I woke up, so the litter box I left dry outside is ruined right now. But aside from that, things are pretty good. I don't think that's much reason to be upset because, well, it wasn't gonna last long anyway.
Yeah, I mean, you seem to have that bad luck where every time you clean out your litter box, it just rains and fucks it up.
Yeah.
You should be like me and never clean the litter box, ever.
This.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as bad as the one bomb you have to throw into Dongo's Cavern, but whoopsies.
Whoop.
Oh well. It's fine. We'll do some other stuff this way. We'll do the Great Fairy later. It's all part of my speedrunning strats, you see. Let's see. So what has been going on?
Well.
Hmm?
I was thinking about the meme I shared with you earlier. About more.
Truth be told, I find this thing to be a little bit silly to go through because I think the only reason to go through it now is to just get a aside from the treasure chest, they have this gold skulltula, because I think this is one of those gold skulltulas that doesn't reappear when you're an adult. So
yeah.
But the only reason to come here is with the silver gauntlets to just fuck up all the rocks in here.
The rocks, ironically, don't they respawn when you're an adult?
Maybe the brown ones do, but I know that once you destroy them, like, they're gone.
Yes, because I know you can destroy the gray ones. I think this is one of the rocks that the Gorons eat. This is like just
if it is, then it begs the question why they were worried about starving to death, because that looks like a pretty good chunk.
Yeah, maybe they just go through them very fast.
Yeah, maybe.
We don't know. We don't know. Are you a biologist?
Yeah, you're right. I need to.
Do you know Goron physiology?
Yeah, I need to study up on that in college. Which I'm actually thinking of going back to college. Mostly just because I want to... I've always wanted to like make my own games, but never really pursued it because I was kind of talked out of it, which admittedly I do regret, but hopefully going to more of a public college is cheaper than the private one that I looked into before.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this one's a little bit annoying, but you want to get him when he's happy. And I got him when he was kind of meh. And meh, I think, just gives you 3 rupees. And you know which one you're going to get, because as soon as the camera fixes on the angle when it starts spinning, is what it's going to land on. Yeah, so I think I got another meh again. Yep, there we go. So... Oh. Ah, son of a bitch. You have to wait for it to start spinning. Feels bad. Alright, now I got it happy. So all's right with the world. And also I'm not there on the... oh wait, no, I can see where I am. Just barely.
Look.
So here's a question for you. Was there a Zelda game where rupees actually really meant something? Like, if you didn't get X amount of rupees at all times, then it felt like, you would be falling behind or something like that? Because the only game I can really think of that made rupees, like, more of a thing to look out for was Majora's Mask, and arguably, like, the end of Wind Waker.
Well, Majora's Mask is because you had the mechanic of traveling back in time. So that is something... That is what made money an issue there was the fact that you couldn't hold on to it if you went back.
Mm-hmm.
But,
And that's how you get the heart piece early without using bean sprouts.
yeah, or we could just, like, I'm perplexed that you didn't know about the possibility of just jumping off, like doing a backflip from where you collected the bomb.
Maybe I tried it and it screwed up the first few times, so I tried other ways, and that way actually worked. So I was like, okay, that's the way you do it.
I don't recall ever. I don't recall ever getting it wrong, right? Like that.
It might have been a case of me just not focusing the camera correctly to do the a back flip properly, but you know, it happens.
A link here proving that the Hylian technology can withstand meteor strikes.
Yeah, it's great.
Either that and that he has some impressive back muscles for like a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I think I remembered the age of adult Link versus child Link, and I think was Link 7 or like 10 years old when he was first starting his adventure, and then he became 17, which apparently is adult.
I don't know if it's ever stated what his age. I just know that like they mentioned 7 years passed between when he was dormant.
Mm-hmm.
Dormant within the sacred realm. And he wakes up as an adult. So I don't recall if it was ever stated his age. It's just believed that it was 17 as an adult.
Okay. I mean, he also could have been 11 or 12, and 7 years would have technically made him an adult as well. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into the fucking MatPat conspiracy game theory shit.
Well, someone has to take his place.
That is true. Who else can talk about Five Nights at Freddy's for, like, what was it, 60 fucking videos?
I recall that being the time when I stopped watching his channel.
That was roughly the time I stopped watching him, too, because he wasn't doing any of the scientific theory stuff. He was just doing, like...
Creepypasta theory.
Yeah, creepypasta theories.
Just stop with this crap and just go... Which is a shame, because when he was actually talking about scientific stuff, his channel was actually interesting.
Yeah, I actually learned something.
Yeah. For example, one of the interesting things, for example, you ever played Call of Duty Ghosts?
No, but I know of it. It's
Yeah. The weapon that they use that undisclosed South American dictatorship uses to attack the United States in that game is a weapon that based on a real technology theorized by I think the United States. It's something called kinetic bombardment. It's basically you drop a massive rod of metal from orbit and lets gravity do the rest.
Oh, yeah, I saw that video, yeah. Oh, yeah. For some reason, my brain thought you said Halo Ghosts, and I was like, oh, okay, but no, I just remember that was the plotline of Call of Duty, was that South America invades fucking United States.
Yeah. Because apparently the World Cup was cancelled or something.
Apparently? Was that actually the reason? Or...
I don't know. The World Cup was cancelled. Dragon Ball was erased from television. Something really bad happened to distract South America enough that they decided that they should attack the United States.
Yeah, the United States said this anime shit is going too far with their Dragon Ball Z's and their fucking whatever else they like down there. So we gotta ban it all exports from Japan. And so they invaded.
Yeah. We can't. They canceled anime. They canceled Dragon Ball, and then the World Cup was canceled too. Yeah, the World Cup was stopped being held, and that was when South America could not take it anymore.
Oh baby, the Stone of Agony.
It's gonna be so useful!
Yeah, it's useful because I never had a Rumble Pack, ever.
Oh man!
I mean, you could do the super, OCD idea of finding all the secrets by playing the Song of Storm, Zelda's Lullaby, and bombing every square inch of the fucking game. I'm sure that would keep you busy.
Yeah, I mean, it has enough space for that. Carol and Daisy and I are having a moment on my desk, and it's making things a bit unwieldy.
Let's see. Oh,
Daisy has been a really lousy mom this week.
Well, yeah, someone took her poop box, and she hasn't been able to find it.
Her poop box has been available for plenty of time. She's just been a really lousy mom.
Oh man, we got the spooky mask.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I could think that it's spooky is because it's the ones that the Re-Dead wear.
No, it's actually full of racial slurs in the face side.
So it's only spooky to whoever wears it then.
Yes. Welcome. Can you find my legs, customer?
And I like how for prize number 1, we immediately get what I came here for, a bigger bomb bag.
You do get a heart piece too, so...
Yeah, a heart piece too, but it also swaps between refilling your bombs, your bomb chews, or 50 rupees. And it's random every time. That
slight bit that it goes off is really what
yeah.
Ah!
Don't worry, you hit the chicken, it's fine.
The indestructible chicken. My god, that one is going places.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, lovely.
What they don't tell you is that this is how KFC farms their hens.
Mm-hmm. They just bombed.
Yeah, they bomb bowl. And they hook them down the laneway and it cooks them to perfection. And they shove
Just-
all the 11 herbs and spices into the bomb. And some of those herbs and spices are the ingredients to gunpowder. It all makes sense.
They just released the chicken within in a minefield and let nature do the rest.
Oh, did you ever see those videos of like how in Africa they've been training rats to find landmines?
No, I have not.
It's actually pretty interesting how they go about it. Oh, fucking chickens, get out of the way! Oh, thank God.
Oh my God, the last one.
Yeah, apparently rats have a really good sense of smell, and they can detect landmines up to 10 feet underground. So they trained them to basically walk along this... basically like this wire trapeze thing, where the rat walks down the field, and they sort of roll the wire frame down with the rat, so the rat doesn't just scurry off, and they have the rat go back and forth and detect where all the landmines are, and they train it to smell the gunpowder, and every time it gets it right, it gets a little banana treat.
Are you?
Am I what?
I completely forgot what I was gonna ask.
Am I killing
I
this
was
chicken?
thinking-
Hopefully.
I was thinking like a mine 10 feet deep. That is. I'm just perplexed. Like a mine 10 feet deep. How much sensitivity does it have for?
I don't know, but I'm guessing it's designed to... like, the idea is that a lot of soldiers, they'll walk in front of the tank, so it might be a type of mine to detect if a tank is rolling over. That's my only guess.
Perhaps.
So I'm curious how they're going to dig up all the mines around the border of North and South Korea, because apparently that's like... that holds like the world record for the most mines buried anywhere in the world.
Or maybe they're just gonna bring up that general's plan from. They're gonna bring up his plan. They're gonna revive his plan of just bombing the border and let the mine and let it trigger all the mines.
It's gonna be so devastating. All the volcanoes in like a 600-mile radius will erupt.
You're going straight for that chicken all the time.
Look, it's not my fault. It's too stupid to realize that if it just stayed to the left or right, it wouldn't get its ship blown up.
Yeah, but the one in the middle, you were going for it like all the time. So a lot of the time when I'm playing this game, if the prize doesn't appeal to me, I just waste all the chews anyway.
Yeah, but there we go. We got the heart piece that we want. But yeah, this is definitely one of the more annoying games, and I guess technically speaking, the 50-50 chance one is really shit as well, but you can cheat that one very easily.
Yeah, I just did the. I usually just get the lens beforehand.
Yeah.
I get the lens early because there is that glitch you can do by using Navi to get into the well as before taking the Master Sword.
Huh. I don't know about that glitch, but I do know that to get the Lens of Truth, you can do it like in 10 seconds, just because all you have to do is just go to the back of the dungeon, and then you just go back to the beginning, and that's it. Like, everything else is just red herring.
Yeah, the only reason to continue in that dungeon is to get all the Skulltulas, because there are 3 gold Skulltulas in that dungeon. But aside from that, you just need to go. The Lens of Truth are very easy to get.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there is a glitch you can use where you can talk to Navi as you are as you are jump slashing on the well, and when you do that, it's gonna sink the link all the way to the bottom of the well, and from there you can just swim into the entrance for the dungeon.
I'm always curious as to how people find glitches like that, because it's just one of those things where it's just like, did they look at the code and realize, oh, there's a slight mistake here, and maybe if I use this slight mistake here in this certain area, then something magical will happen, or like...
Oh, no, I expect that to be one of the easier glitches to find, because you can talk to... they probably noticed early on that if you talk to Navi at certain locations, it does some weird effects. Because like the ones that I imagine require looking at the code would be stuff like wrong warp, you know, where it involves you manipulating the memory of the game. That is the stuff that I would think required looking at the code. But just using Navi, that you can do that with a chicken too. By the way, you grab a chicken, you hit it 3 times, then you use it to fly up to the well, and as you are getting to the well, you hit it one last time, and when the chicken starts to sing, you sink all the way to the bottom of the well too. I did that once.
Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of exploiting glitches in games. I prefer playing games like how they're, intended to be played. So
I like doing that one a lot, because then I can get the lens of truth very early, and I can just not have to worry about coming back.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I guess something weird in me always tends to pop up. It's like, oh, you glitched the game in order to do something? Oh, that's bad. Yeah, you did something bad, Sam. And it's like, yeah. And then I convinced myself I did.
Sam is a good boy. He will never do this illegal stuff. Right? I don't want...
My child will throw rocks wrapped with a copper at the telephone pole. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh, it's the old like Satan and Jesus saying like my child won't do this, and then Jesus saying my child will do this, and Satan saying my child would never wrap rocks with copper coils and huck them at telephone wires, and then it shows Jesus and the reaction of what doing that does. For those wondering, it causes the thing to explode.
That guy sure looks happy with his work.
Yeah. He's the boss, and he fucking hates his workers because they're all lazy shitheads. Because all they do is just walk around in the same pattern all day, every day.
Well, given that we only see the house being completed 7 years later, he probably has a point.
I mean, also to be fair, that's kind of how building anything these days works. It takes at least 7 years.
Yeah, weirdly enough, construction is getting slower. I saw a house being built. It's a 2-story house, but still being built next to next where I live, and I looked at it like time expected to deliver 12 months. How does it take 12 months to build this? Like,
Yeah, what's also weird is that, as I was looking into options for, getting my own place, and I thought, oh, an interesting avenue to go down would be,
Cooking math.
yes, indeed. No, an interesting avenue to go down was going to be, looking for an empty plot of land and then building my own house.
And how much is an empty plot of land in Canada?
The one that I saw for sale in like a tax auction, I think went for about $40,000 or something like that.
Lovely.
Which, I mean, yeah, it's still expensive, but, you know, tack $100,000 to build the house, and that's still a fuck ton cheaper than, you know, actually buying a house straight up, right?
Huh.
Because the housing prices in my area are basically starting at $400,000 and going up from there.
For 400,000, you get to own this crack den.
Basically, yeah. Like, literally a few years ago, I looked at a house that was in my market value, which, according to the bank, they could give me a mortgage for $200,000. And there was a property going for sale for $200,000. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's take a look at what it's like. And it's literally a fucking rental property that's basically like a crack house. Like, there wasn't even a door on the fucking bathroom. The stairs leading up to the front door were all busted up. The backyard was a disaster. Apparently, bunny ears have really scared that woman for some reason. I think that's supposed to be a reference to the Running Man in the field, but I don't know. But anyway, and when we talked to the real estate agent to see about going into the attic, he said, oh, I don't know how to get into the attic. Oh, that's probably up there as a dead body anyway. So, like, even the real estate agent was not selling it to us, and, like, it was very obvious, like, yeah, if you're buying this, you are basically tearing everything out and rebuilding it from scratch kind of thing.
Yeah.
$200,000.
Which begs the question as to why they don't do it already.
Whoever bought it did. I sometimes drive by the place and it's been fixed up, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. I saw workers in there doing work, but unfortunately these days that could mean anything from, you know, actually doing the necessary preparations to get it, ready, or they slap on a fresh drywall and a coat of paint and say, oh yeah, we did our job. And meanwhile there's like fucking mold infestation in the basement or something.
There is an alien fungus growing there.
Yeah, pretty much. But anyway, so for $200,000 in my area, I could buy a fucking rundown piece of shit in like a shitty neighborhood. Or, starting at $400,000 and only going up, I can buy, like, a one-bedroom house.
I love how talking to the owl just canceled the bomb you used.
I know, what a dickhead.
The bomb just disappeared.
He talked for so long that the bomb exploded before it touched the ground. He caused time to slow down by that much. They aren't selling very well. Oh well, I guess I have to eat them all.
I love how much this guy looks like a pig.
Yeah.
Can you see him in profile? They're getting quite popular.
Yeah.
I'm the only one buying. Can't I just buy them all in bulk? Dickhead.
Well, no, they're magic beans because they're very rare, so you have to buy them one at a time. Come on.
wait, you forgot to...
Don't worry, I remember to put the bugs in. I think. Or maybe this is the, like, one that the bugs don't actually come out of. I could have sworn
No,
there
I'm no, I think... I don't recall there existing once a soft patch where there isn't a Scotula. Gold Scotula.
Oh well. For those wondering, yes, I do 100% this Zelda game, so don't worry. If there's a gold Skulltula there, I get it. But we got 2 heart pieces on this Zora River. And we could do the Frog Choir and get some more rupees for beans, but fuck it. We'll do it later. You need all the songs anyway in order to complete the Frog Choir anyway.
Yeah, it's usually one of the last things I do.
Yeah.
Just for completion's sake.
Oh, I forgot to mention, yeah. Building my own place. So, I found out that, at least in Canada, you can technically get a mortgage to build your own house, but the rules for it are completely fucking different from how, getting a regular mortgage is. So, basically, in order for the bank to give you the money to build the house, you need to give them receipts and updates every 3 or 4 months for a year to show them how far along you are in completing your house. And you have to get it done within a year. At least that's what the bank told me, so... Okay, I do a little bit of the Frog Choir, I guess just for the rupees. Let's see. But yeah, one of the reasons why I'm thinking of moving to Japan is because the houses there are about $200,000 a piece, and that's like on the low end. And
Doesn't sound much better.
It's not much better, but fuck, it's affordable. It's a lot better than I can say about housing here.
With the birth rates, it's probably gonna get even more affordable.
Don't worry, once I move there, there won't be a birth rate problem.
There will just be a deadbeat dad problem.
Well, there's going to be an inbred problem at that point.
This one Canadian keeps impregnating Japanese women and leaving.
No, but for real, like it is an idea that I have, so. We have the popular magic beans. You'll regret it if you don't buy them now. They're 50 rupees a piece, but just for now. Because now they're 60. Now, this guy does do something here that I... Okay, he didn't do it there, but there's one time when you buy it, he's like, kya, 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 and it just always made me wonder, is that like a Japanese thing? You know what I'm talking about?
For laughs?
Yeah, it's sort of like a weird laugh that he does when he talks about, like, how super awesome and spectacular his magic beans are. And, like, how super expensive they are.
I think it's just the stereotypical, I've seen, stereotypical old Disney woman laugh. I think you've seen that, right, guy?
Yeah, like the old crones or the
crone
witches
living.
that do that. Yeah, but that's usually because it's a mischievous thing. Like for like this guy isn't really mischievous per se. He's just kind of a greedy asshole.
Yeah.
So I was just curious if, because I know there's that stereotype of in Japan where if someone has really long arms, they're a thief kind of thing. So that's why I was kind of curious. Oh, if they have that weird laugh, does that also indicate that they're a thief?
That's a good question. Oh, hi, Shadow.
No, we're not at the part where Shadow Link yet. Come on.
Nah, he just jumped from the wardrobe to all the way to my desk, like a dick. But yeah, lost track of what I was going to say.
We were talking about thief stereotypes in Japan.
and in America, it's not people with long arms. It's Puerto Ricans.
I thought you were going to say long noses, but alright. Go with the safer route.
I don't think any of those are safe. But yeah.
I like how they, for getting the blue scale, you have to, they only throw the blue rupees down in an area where, you can do it with your just regular diving. Because if you play the minigame again with the different scales, they throw the rupees out further, so you need to dive deeper.
Or if you do that trick to get the golden scale earlier, you just get nothing of value here.
Actually, that's an interesting thought. Does it actually downgrade your scale from gold to silver?
No.
Okay.
No. Because I imagine in the coding of the game, the golden scale is meant to override the silver one. But yeah, it's a funny aspect of the game that there is this glitch. I don't know if it's a glitch or just a trick. I guess it lets you get the golden scale early.
Mm-hmm.
At the expense of not getting the heart piece.
Yeah, and as I said, we're doing a 100% run, so we gotta do this properly.
Mm-hmm.
What a graceful dive, the way you just smacked your head off that rock. I always found it weird that the scale is in a weird bubble. Have you ever thought that, or did you not give it much thought?
No, I never gave much thought.
Okay. That video that I sent you about Artan's racist, did you ever watch that?
Artan's racist?
Yeah, remember the video I showed you of the pig woman who was on the thumbnail, and it was talking about how white people getting tans is considered racist?
Huh.
You didn't see the video?
No, it was sufficiently... The title alone was sufficiently idiotic.
Okay. Well,
So, Roger.
I was just wondering, as a fellow Latinx, what your opinion was on the conversation.
I am indeed of the opinion that shooting someone's kneecaps is an appropriate reaction to getting called Latinx.
God. What's funny is that in the video, she actually does unironically refer to herself as Latinx with an X, but pretty much every single person that I have talked to who is actually from Latin America has been like, yeah, if you call me Latinx ever, I will hunt you down and, like, kill you.
Yeah, it is very much the case that the people in South America are not very much fond of that terminology.
Well,
Because that is very much an American thing. Because like English doesn't have gendered nouns, so people who are very critical of imperialism want to force that aspect of English upon the Latinos, upon the people of languages that do have gendered nouns.
Right, which is, like, that was basically my main understanding as to why people think it's stupid, is just because it's a gendered language, like most of the languages, honestly, but, so yeah, they were just like, yeah, this makes no fucking sense, why are you trying to ungenderize our gendered language?
It is very much because a lot of the people who claim to criticize imperialism have subscribed to a very imperialistic mindset when it comes to gender relations and such. Gender relations and how to treat people.
Yeah. Oh, and here's a little setup if you want to 100% this game. You got to teach this guy a song, so I always go with up C, right C. And then you have to come back as an adult and play it for him again, and then he's like, oh baby, now I can teleport anywhere.
No, I think he says like you can.
Oh yeah, he says that
my brother.
Yeah, call his brother who's traveling. And if you talk to the brother now, he's like, yeah, I hate being stuck here. And then he just somehow can just teleport wherever. Anyway, I'm going with my favorite strategy for this fishing mini-game, which is swim over to this log over here. And that's where all the big fish hang out.
I'm about to save the world! But first...
There's always time for fishing.
Yeah. It is the very funny thing about Zelda, how that, like, and these games in general. Oh. Zelda, well, you have a 7-year period to where you're gonna be sleeping, so...
Yeah.
I do remember there was a skit talking about making fun of this aspect of Zelda, and at some point, like Link keeps getting this, like the villagers alert him of things that are going on, like the evil things that Ganon is doing, and Link just keeps getting distracted by chickens and fishing. And at some point, just one of the villagers grabs Link by the shirt and says, "Link, Ganon is raping Princess Zelda behind that tree," and cuts the tree, and you just see the legs of Zelda. And well, I'm having that on YouTube now.
Come on, fishy, fishy. You're a big one. Come on. Come on. Oh, fuck you!
That is a very annoying, like, you're aiming for one fish and comes that other asshole, you just, whoop!
It's 4 pounds. I guess it's technically bigger than my 2-pounder, so I'll keep it for now. One thing about this fishing mini game that I'm sure some people don't know about, so to avoid people wasting all that time, the moment you catch a fish, if you reel it in or if it flies off the hook, you cannot catch it again unless you pay another 20 rupees to the store owner. They don't tell you that, but that is something that's true.
I have to buy another bait.
Basically. What's also weird is that there's a few locations here where you can find the special sinking lure, which makes it easier to catch the fish. But if you use that, and then they say, oh, you caught this big-ass fucking fish, but oh, you used a sinking lure. Fuck you, you cunt. Doesn't count.
Come on, boy.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on, you little fucking nugget. No, piss off, smaller one. No. Damn it. Don't worry. I blame the small one. Oh, there he is.
Yes.
Come on. Come on. No. Whoop, wait. Wait, no. And yet, strangely enough, I would consider this to be the best fishing game of all time. And there are games that are dedicated to purely just fishing, and they suck ass. Yeah.
The one in Twilight Princess wasn't very good.
Yeah, I didn't like how you had to row around in a rowboat and then, basically figure out where to sit kind of thing.
Yeah. It wasn't also a very, I think mechanically it wasn't a very in-depth game, so I don't recall it being very, there being much reason. Like, the only reason to go there, it was to grab a bottle and a heart piece.
Was there a bottle there? I just remember the heart piece.
Yes, there's a bottle.
Okay.
On the bridge, on one of the docks. Actually, you go to you throw your rod there, and you get a. Oh, that guy is having a problem with fleas.
Apparently.
Mm-hmm. You throw your rod there, and you get a fishing rod. You throw your bait there, and you get a bottle after a while. No.
I feel a little bad that Crimson isn't here, but I'm dying to talk about this, about the D&D actual play that we saw. I don't want to say the name of it, simply because I don't want to, incidentally, send a bunch of hate their way, but it was just one of those things where it was just like... I do realize why I'm not a big fan of, actual plays. And I think the reasoning for it is because I watch these people play the game, and I'm like, you guys are doing it wrong. I know there's technically not a wrong way to play, tabletop RPGs, but you guys are doing it wrong.
I just can't stand the way some of those people do play it. Yeah, but that is a conversation for another time. Possibly a time we're not recording. But yeah. Let's see.
Also, if you guys hear a bunch of purring and stuff, I got a cat on me, so...
Fun fact. When I was first playing this game, when it got to this sequence...
You died.
Yes, I am speaking to you from the afterlife. I thought this was a glitch, because this guy took so long to just move out of the way. I thought the game had glitched, and I was... and I then had to... I then, reset the console to get it. do it again.
Oh, just to see if it actually was a glitch or not?
No, to do it again, because I thought the game had glitched. Because it took so long. Like, it took so long to move out of the way.
Alright, come on, pig. You're I'm trying to record here. I know there's a glass of milk there, but it's empty. Come on. Alright, fine. Fucking butt of a cat.
Yeah. Carol is now sound asleep. In front of me. So yeah, I can't access my keyboard now.
And apparently, Lord Jabu Jabu is the fucking TARDIS of fish, because his inside is a lot bigger than his outside. Like, this mouth section is bigger than the rest of his body. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah, it's an amusing aspect.
And then we have the deadliest enemy of all, Bubbles.
Those jellyfish were an annoyance, man.
Yeah, but it feels so good when you finally get the boomerang and can deal with them. It's great. And oh hey, there's the princess. Right fucking there.
I'm the game's tsundere.
Yeah, I was just about to make that joke too. Especially when at the end she actually gets the hots for Link.
I've decided we're engaged now. Say what? I don't think I had an input in this decision, did I? I'm gonna give you this thing that I was told to only give you to the person I'm supposed to marry. Beware of the consequences. The what?
Then I will give you the honor of carrying me.
Savor the moment where you'll get the chance to touch my butt. The fact that you use her as an object is so good, so great.
Yeah, does it actually say? No, it just says grab. It would have been great if it said grab object. Oh, these fucking stingray things scared the shit out of me. Like, even to this day, I hate them so much.
I find perplexing that if the water raises, she goes back to the place she comes from. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Why is the fish girl cannot just swim to the?
She's royalty. She doesn't have time for that peasant shit.
I wonder if they didn't have, if they had, like, they couldn't just program her walking, like, moving to the edge. They had to, like, if it was an issue with program, they didn't have the capability of programming her to move.
Yeah.
To move over. Make use of Ruto's thick skull.
Basically. Like, Ruto, touch this fucking switch. And now we gotta wait forever for the platform. And waiting. There we go. Have you seen any other D&D actual plays, or are you kind of like in the same boat as me, where it's like you just look at it and it's like, no, you guys are playing the game wrong?
I've seen some, but I usually cannot watch. I don't have any, like, I can't muster the interest to watch actual plays if it's not from channels I already follow.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some actual plays, but they were usually from people I already follow for some reason, some other reason. And,
Doesn't look like you can press it down with your weight alone.
well, thanks a bunch!
Well, good thing we got a fat bitch with us. Whee!
My arms are tired already. Golly gee, I thought fish was light food. Was slim food. What is wrong with you, woman?
Well, have you seen her, Dad? She gets it all from him.
She took after his thickness.
There was a channel I was watching a while back. I forget the name of it, but basically it's a guy who finds weird fish in the Japanese area, and he fillets them. Have you seen what I'm talking about? It wasn't the professional tuna carver. It was like a more like amateur guy doing it on his own.
I don't believe I have seen that. But it is... Go on.
Yeah, no, he just usually goes after like some really weird stuff. Like there was the Napoleon fish that he carved up.
Is that the one who bites rocks?
I don't know, but the Napoleon fish was huge. Like it was about, I think the video it said it was like 30 kilograms or something like that.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I know they're pretty massive.
But it's the one where it's like blue with like yellow-green highlights, and it has like a weird like bulbous like forehead.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the fish that it feeds off coral, and sometimes when it's eating the coral, it just bites off a chunk of rock too.
Huh. Anyway, so he carved up one of those, some big-ass tunas. He got a commission to skin an alligator. And he was like, alright, I got this commission to skin an alligator. I have no idea how to skin an alligator.
Time to move to Florida.
How inconsiderate. How could you leave me behind?
Well, man, act like one. Now hold me by the ass.
It's like, well, I had to leave you behind because that pressure switch would reactivate if we both left.
You're acting like she'll be satisfied with a reason. You talk to women, you know they never do. They're never satisfied with the reasons you give them.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Oh, there's your bubble. Come on, Rudo, use your head to pop it.
You were mentioning about actual plays. I recall a long time ago, a few years ago, I tried when I first began watching, playing RPGs. I decided to go check it out, some actual plays, and I found the big one.
Critical Role?
Yeah, and I went to I decided to give it a try. And I think it was like one of the seasons, the start of one of the seasons, and I don't recall which was, but for like 10 minutes into the video, they were still talking about sponsors.
Oh, really? Jesus, that must have been really late, because I tried starting it at the very, very beginning, like, of when they started sort of like a few sessions into their first campaign, and that was technically like their first episode. And
that was when they were playing. That was when they were playing, still playing Pathfinder, right?
No, it was 5e, but they mentioned that they were originally playing the game, their homebrew setting in a Pathfinder, but then kind of converted things to Dungeons and Dragons, which is why the one guy was like gunslinger, even though that's not a class.
I do recall that that they were reading that they were originally playing Pathfinder.
Yeah. So anyway, I was watching a bit of that, and I just got bored like immediately, and I was like, "Ew, whatever."
Yeah, I imagine it's
And I saw a few highlights here and there of like what was it? Basically, like when I would walk in on for some of my IRL games at a friend's place, he would be watching like an episode or catching up with Critical Role, and I would be watching it, and I'm just like, what is this? Oh, and this is something I like doing, is doing backflips just before getting the Gold Skulltula.
yeah. Throw me up there.
Well, quit kicking your legs in front of my face, woman. But, yeah, I mean, I guess I can kind of see the appeal of watching Critical Role, especially if you've never played Dungeons and Dragons, but the downside to it is that it gives you a really bad perception as to what actual tabletop games are supposed to be played like.
Yeah, I saw some a while ago on Twitter, someone making a really idiotic comment about that, because a woman was talking about how one friend of hers mentioned that he didn't feel like D&D was for him because he wasn't a good enough voice actor.
Yeah, which is like the most
at playing the character. It's like, no, this is like absolutely wrong impression to have about the game. And so I don't know if someone mentioned Critical Role then, but I don't know if she was the one to mention Critical Role, but she just mentioned that it was the wrong approach to have about RPGs, and then some guy just quotes her tweet and says, nah, this is like it or not, Matt Mercer set the bar for what is role playing in D&D. Matt Mercer and Critical Role set the bar. You may not like it, but it's a mistake to ignore that the bar exists.
And I also heard a good clapback of saying, if you want Matt Mercer as a DM, I want his players as my players, so get the fuck out of my table.
Yeah, but I think one of the most amusing responses someone had to this guy was, "We're all impressed by how far down you can swallow his shaft," because it's a very idiotic response to have. Like, okay, we get that you love Matt Mercer and you want to be his wife, but
first of all, he's taken.
Yeah. Second of all, like, just I forgot. Didn't have a good second of all. Yeah, but the point basically is, no, like, that is very much not how most games of D&D are, and not what you expect from people who are just starting to play. Most people are not voice actors, you know, and that is. Do you think everyone who was in the early '80s, who just came out of basic D&D, basic set, was a professional voice actor. Like was that good of a that good of a voice actor, or of a pretender, that they could make this amazing roleplay.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the Dungeons and Dragons TV show. All of them were Class A actors.
Well, the Dungeons and Dragons TV show is amazing, though. So
I don't know. You tried to get me to watch it, and I was just like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
it was amusing in its own way. Like, it had its merits. I personally found the plot was like the way. The plot is shaky.
Okay.
Most of the time, but
to say the plot is shaky. To say the plot is shaky is an understatement. For those of you who haven't watched, basically, episode 1, they're climbing up a mountain, and 2 minutes in, suddenly Tiamat. And for those of you who don't know, Tiamat is an endgame fucking goddess. It's just, oh yeah, she's just hanging out on the side of a fucking mountain.
You always heard about those DMs. Don't pretend like it isn't a thing.
Yeah, those DMs are called shit ass. But yeah, but that's like basically most of the episodes. It's just, and suddenly Tiamat shows up when they don't know how to get the plot moving.
Yeah. The plot of the show is very shaky, but it is a very amusing. First of all, it is very much like that kind of 80s fantasy that you don't see anymore, because nowadays it seems like every fantasy always has to be this weirdly anachronistic crap.
Look, man, if you're not telling me how the tax rates are in your world, then you're doing it all wrong.
Yeah, and I see that you're fighting the bosses here without using the deco sticks. So you're also playing this game wrong. So same. But anyway, it is a very I find it a very charming show, because for once it's very surprising how much content they managed to include in each episode. Like, it is a. I think there are much clumsier ways of actually including that much stuff on a single episode. I find the way the show progresses very interesting. But the way the show progresses the action, that is. And now you're at 9. Okay. I forgot about that.
She was lonely.
I was just lonely, just a little.
And she's blushing so
I'm gonna
hard.
marry you. Just don't. I'm gonna marry you. Just don't be a nuisance about it, okay? I'm used to eating fish, but not like that.
Yeah, you know, I normally eat fish, and I'll just eat out fish. That's all.
But yeah, link on why you should not cook your wife. But yeah, it is a very amusing show.
Just tell me. Oh, nothing really.
My mother gave it to me should give it only to the man who will be my husband. Link is just gonna pretend he never heard that. But yeah, I do have some soft spot for some soft nostalgia for the D&D show, because it is a kind of fantasy that it's sadly lacking nowadays. For once, it's colorful.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like it's less anachronistic than because if you look at a lot of the art For example, the art that you see in D&D nowadays, in D&D, like, and especially like the stuff and in medieval shows with medieval fantasy. Are we off?
Yeah, the video's ended, but, you know, it's whatever. But anyway, finish your thought.
Yes. You don't see art that colorful. And first of all, that colorful in a lot of medieval fantasy shows nowadays, because they've all succumbed to the desaturated virus. But also, like, it's a lot. What you see in that cartoon is a lot less anachronistic than what you see in modern day. Because modern day D&D doesn't seem to know what kind of era they want to portray.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of era they want to be inspired of. Because because it started as medieval fantasy, but nowadays it's going all the way from Renaissance to the modern age, and it's really obnoxious.
Yeah.
I just liked it more when it was a solid medieval fantasy.
Anyway, and with that, we'll see you all next time. Have a nice night.